9. The Plimsoll line stopping coffin ships. Picture yourself as a 19th century sailor. Your boss is piling cargo onto your ship until it's practically kissing the waves. Why? Because some shady ship owners back then would overload vessels, insure them for a fortune, and cross their fingers for a tragic sinking. These death traps were dubbed coffin ships. Enter Samuel Plimsoll, a guy who wasn't having it. In 1875, he lost his cool in Parliament when the government tried to stall his safety bill. He went full Hulk, calling out corrupt ship owners as villains, and flailing like he was ready to throw punches. The press ate it up, the public rallied, and boom, the Plimsoll line was born. It's a mark on a ship's hull showing when it's too heavy. If it dips below the water, you're in trouble. Ship owners grumbled, but Plimsoll didn't stop. He even exposed MPs profiting from these death traps. Today, every cargo ship has that circle with a line through it all, because one guy's righteous rage changed maritime history. Ever seen one on a ship? It's there for a reason. 8. Lawn darts, backyard spears of doom. Imagine a game where you toss foot-long metal spikes into the air, aiming for plastic rings on the ground. Sounds like a blast, right? Except these lawn darts were sharp enough to pierce skulls and heavy enough to sink 3 inches into whatever they hit. In 1987, 7-year-old Michelle Snow was just chilling in her backyard when a stray dart came down and ended her life 3 days later. Her dad, David Snow, found out over 6,700 people, mostly kids, had been rushed to ERs because of these things in just 8 years. He went on a mission telling regulators that warning labels were as useful as putting them on a grenade. By December 1988, the US banned lawn darts outright. You can't sell, ship, or import them. They're literally classified as weapons now. Vintage ones go for big bucks online, but good luck mailing them legally. One father's fight made sure no other kid would face that danger. Ever played a backyard game that felt a bit too wild? 7. The jungle when hot dogs were a horror show. It's 1905 and you're munching a hot dog. Problem is, it might be stuffed with sawdust, dead rats, or yep, even human fingers. Food companies back then could toss anything into their products. Rotting meat, just douse it in chemicals. Worker falls into the grinder, well, protein's protein. Writer Upton Sinclair went undercover in Chicago's meatpacking plants for 7 weeks, and was so horrified he wrote The Jungle. He described workers getting churned into lard and worse. President Theodore Roosevelt read it, sent investigators, and they said it was even grosser than the book. The public gagged, and in 1906 Congress passed the Pure Food and Drug Act, laying the groundwork for the FDA. Now your hot dog's probably finger-free. Thanks, Upton, for ruining everyone's lunch to make it safer. Ever wonder what's really in your food? 6. Grand Canyon Midair collision chaos repealed the Wild West of the skies. In 1956, 2 planes, United Airlines Flight 718 and TWA Flight 2, carrying 128 people, slammed into each other over the Grand Canyon. Nobody survived. Both pilots were following the rules, but back then air traffic control was basically look out the window and pray. The pilots flying at the same altitude for a scenic canyon view had no chance to dodge each other. The crash scattered debris across 1.5 square miles. This nightmare forced Congress to create the Federal Aviation Agency, now the FAA. Suddenly, every flight got tracked, altitudes were assigned, and pilots had to follow strict protocols. Before this, flying was like a cowboy showdown at 30,000 feet. This tragedy rewrote the skies. Makes you appreciate those annoying flight rules a bit more, doesn't it? 5. The station nightclub fire show turned deadly. In 2003, the band Great White thought indoor fireworks would jazz up their gig at the station nightclub in Rhode Island. Bad call. The walls were lined with foam insulation that caught fire like it was soaked in gasoline. Within seconds, the place was a fireball. People panicked, but the front door got jammed with bodies stacked 6 feet deep. The whole club burned in under 6 minutes. 100 people didn't make it. 230 were injured. The club was up to code because it was grandfathered and no sprinklers required, flammable foam allowed. A news crew filming a safety segment caught it all, and that footage now trains firefighters worldwide. New fire codes followed, mandating sprinklers and banning flammable decor. Next time you see a sprinkler, thank this tragedy. Ever been in a crowded club and felt a chill? 4. Elixir Sulfanilamide. The deadly cough syrup. It's 1937, your kid's got a sore throat, and the doctor hands you Elixir Sulfanilamide. Looks legit, right? Except within hours your child's kidneys start failing. Over 100 people, mostly kids, died because the drug's maker mixed an antibiotic with diethylene glycol, aka antifreeze. The chemist didn't test it. He just checked the smell and taste. No law required safety tests back then. The company shipped 240 gallons of this poison nationwide. The only reason they could recall it was a labeling loophole. It was called an elixir, but had no alcohol. The 1938 Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act changed that, forcing companies to prove drugs are safe. That warning label on your meds, it's there because of this horror. Ever double-check your prescriptions? 3. Amber Alert. A child's life saves thousands. On the 13th of January 1996, 9-year-old Amber Hagerman was riding her bike in a Texas parking lot when a man in a black pickup snatched her. A neighbor saw it, called the cops, but there was no system to alert the public fast. 4 days later, Amber's body was found. Her killer was never caught. Her mom pushed for change, asking why radio stations could warn about storms but not kidnapped kids. The Dallas-Fort Worth broadcasters created the Amber Alert system, America's missing broadcast emergency response. Now, when a kid under 17 is abducted, phones buzz, highway signs flash, and millions start looking. Over 1100 kids have been saved since. Every second counts, and Amber's legacy proves it. Ever gotten an Amber Alert on your phone? 2. Reinforced cockpit doors, security versus safety. Back in the 90s, airplane cockpit doors were so flimsy a kid could bust through. They were designed to break easily in case pilots got trapped. Some pilots even left them open to chat with passengers. Then came 9/11. Hijackers walked right in, and the world changed. Congress mandated bulletproof, blast-proof cockpit doors that can take a 250-pound man charging at them. But in 2015, a Germanwings pilot locked his co-pilot out and crashed the plane on purpose. The door did its job too well. Now many airlines require 2 crew members in the cockpit at all times. It's a tightrope between stopping hijackers and avoiding new risks. Ever notice how secure those cockpit doors look now? 1. Iroquois Theater fire. The Fireproof death trap. The 30th of December 1903, Chicago's Iroquois Theater was packed for a holiday show. The owners bragged it was absolutely fireproof. Then a stage light sparked, igniting curtains. The exits were locked to stop ticketless entry, and the doors opened inward, trapping people as the crowd surged. A fireproof asbestos curtain got stuck halfway down. In minutes, over 600 people were crushed or burned. This disaster birthed modern fire safety laws: outward opening doors, panic bars, lit exit signs, and daily tested fire curtains. Before this, theater owners argued against extra exits, fearing freebie sneak-ins. After 600 deaths, that excuse didn't fly. Next time you see an exit sign, remember the Iroquois. That's the list, folks. These tragedies weren't just headlines, they reshaped the world to keep us safer. Which one hit you the hardest? Drop a comment and share your thoughts. Maybe it's a fear of sketchy hot dogs or locked theater doors. Hit that subscribe button for more stories that make you think twice about the world around you. See you next time.